This is Carl Baumheckel, and I'd like to demonstrate my hybrid launch control system version 2.1 and its features. So first I start off with, this is the pad module. The pad module has one simple cord coming from it, which is, I use the cigarette lighter plug, which I plug into a car jump starter battery. It can carry enough current to do anything it needs to do because I've soldered it together. I can put alligator clips on it to clamp onto a battery. I just prefer this way, it's cleaner, a little bit better. So some of the features are these simple outlet plugs that you plug in. This will be where you plug in your igniter, and you can build your own igniter cord. I include this when you buy the system, an igniter cord system that plugs into there. Now the solenoid manifold has a 20 amp plug, which I like to use. That way you can't plug it in to the wrong outlet. That plugs in here. It controls both solenoids, which is a fill solenoid. This is a 0.180 orifice solenoid. That's the largest one that I've been able to find. Fills the biggest hybrid motors that are available on the market. And then here's your dump solenoid. And you also include this nice 1500 psi gauge. You're going to want a gauge on your valve manifold. I use the CGA 326. There are CGA 660. I can build that for you too. I also use AN6 adapters. That way it's large enough to handle the 0.180 orifice. So for the fastest filling times. Yeah. Some of the features are, this has a solenoid saver built into it, circuitry built into it, and what that does is it has the current to open the solenoids, but once the solenoid is open, the current drops so that not to overheat and burn out the solenoid coils. I also have this included vent sensor. The vent sensor simply plugs into this headphone jack. And here's an example of my Contrail style vent sensor, which would go on a 75 or 98 millimeter Contrail vent line. It has the orifice built into it. And also here's a regular standard 1/8 size vent sensor plug, which you would plug into any other vents that you're using. Now, what I use for a control cable, you can see it's a network outlet, and I use this 500 feet of network cable. You can go up, I've hooked up 1,000 feet, you can go 1,500 feet, you just buy more cables and they come with a coupling. Here is the launch control. It has the master switch. I can put a key switch on it for you. I like the regular master switch. When I go out to the pad, I just unplug it and take it with me. Now, included there is a continuity light, which is on as long as there's continuity at the LCO. There's a fill switch, a launch switch, and a dump switch for if you have something wrong, you need to dump out the nitrous, you hit the nitrous switch. Now once the nitrous is full, this light is going to start blinking and there'll be a tone blinking. There's also a tone that lets you know that it's armed, but that tone goes off when you're filling. So, I also on the pad module have a continuity light. Push this button, this light will light up, show you continuity. Here, I'll demonstrate. It's on. I'm giving it, making sure it's got continuity. Hit the switch, see, it's got continuity. Okay, you can also, when it's hooked up to, hard to do one-handed, I'm hooking it up to the launch control system. And you can see it has a continuity light. Also, that's what it sounds like when you arm it, when you fill it, and that's what it's like when the nitrous oxide sensor goes off. Now you know it's ready to launch. Give it a 3 count, and you hit the launch button. That's all there is to it. Thank you for viewing.